Hello. I was just looking at some reports about the non-profit sector, NGO sector, especially with reference to this pandemic situation. So I see that, like all other departments, sectors, like business sectors and daily wages, education sector, non-profit sector is also in difficult situation. Although we see some charities active in facilitating the people in ration and food distribution and these things, but those are only a few who have the direct funding, like they have some philanthropist network and they are giving some donations. And Muslim charities, in this Ramadan month, the people donates more in terms of zakat and sadaqah. So they are active in distributing the foods and facilitating people. That's a good thing, of course. But at the same time, there are many other organizations of different types. Like some were managing educational projects, some were managing skill development projects. There were some consultancies and training programs. And then also a big sector. I was also reading a report of a country where there is big network of microcredit organizations. And because there is no disbursement in the field, loans are not going, people are at home. So their field staff is in hardship. Like their organization are not in position to give the full salaries to the staff members. So what is happening? We all know that in non-profit sector, mostly jobs are project based. They're for short-term projects most of the time, and our staff don't have much savings and don't have even business skills that we if there's no job in the market, then we cannot go to the business sector. We don't have the saving, and even our people don't have the business profit making sense. Our attitude is mostly in providing services, giving information, awareness, and these things. But doing business is totally a different thing. And for the pure core non-profit employees, it is difficult for them to make money. So in this situation, when the donation is shrinking, foreign funding is not coming, everything is closed, charities and foundation and organizations are not getting the projects and funding. So ultimately, the staff is suffering. Although there are also bad impacts on the community who are getting services from the NGOs, but the staff and the core staff, they are really facing the hardships. And I was watching the report that in one country about 2 million people who were in the non-profit industry and non-profit sector, in microcredit sector, they are in trouble and facing problem. There is also good news. I have seen like DFID was giving amount to some charities. European Union has asked for a proposal, but it is long process and they cannot go on every places. In rich countries, maybe local NGOs may be getting some funding from their departments, but in developing world, third world, organizations are not sustainable. The organization don't have such setups that can ensure their sustainability. They don't have budgets that can feed to their employees for a longer time. So in this situation, the employees of the non-profit sector are as in miserable condition as daily wages and all those. So they are always vulnerable because projects are short and people turnover of the employees in non-profit sector is more. So at this time, we need to think, non-profit sector need to think, then if this situation is over, then how to transform the sector? How can we build our systems that can ensure the sustainability of the organization? I think it is time to think as all other sectors like education. In education, people are going to online education, home education, and these things. Now NGOs and NPOs have to think on it. They have to make some arrangements for the future, and to feed their employees, they must have some alternatives. So I will be expecting from you as well. If you have some different story, have different observation, you must share with us, because your observations and recommendations will enable us to make some arrangements, make some systems in the future. So keep in touch and keep sharing your information on the NGO World Group. It's your group, and there are thousands of people on the NGO World Group. I have been managing it since 2009. So I will be inviting your observations, your recommendations, and suggestions. Thank you very much.